Have you ever heard about biogas? 100% renewable alternative energy that contributes to the development of green energy. If your answer is yes or no, then you're in the right place. This is an informative video about biogas. We will talk about its uses, how it is created, some experts' opinion, and our conclusion. We hope you enjoy it. Power generation in Mexico has been done mostly with fossil fuels. However, this has brought counterproductive consequences to the environment due to the release of greenhouse gases, so the use of alternative energy is an appropriate solution today. Biogas is an alternative energy composed mostly of methane, carbon dioxide, water, and other impurities. It is generated thanks to the biodigester, which through the action of introduced bacteria performs the anaerobic decomposition of biomass. After biogas is captured, it can produce heat and electricity for use in engines, microturbines, and fuel cells. Can also be upgraded into biomethane, also called renewable natural gas, and injected into natural gas pipelines or used as a vehicle fuel. Stored biogas can provide a clean, renewable, and reliable source of energy in place of coal. Like natural gas, biogas can also be used as a source of peaky power that can ramp up quickly. The use of stored biogas limits the amount of methane released into the atmosphere and reduces the dependence on fossil fuels. A Mexican company, together with a scientist from the Universidad Popular Autónoma del Estado de Puebla, conducted a research into the contaminated behavior of animal waste, such as viscera, hooves, fur, excrements, and blood. With the results obtained, they were able to devise an innovative biodigester that degrades the waste quickly, transforming into the biogas, electrical energy, and compost. The production of biogas in the European Union has increased thanks to the impulses of renewable energy policies, which have been generated since 2005, and also for the economic, environmental, and climatic benefits that reach into the 80 billion cubic meters of methane since then. This represents half of the world production of biogas. A demonstration of this is that Europe is currently the leader of biomethane in the world, with 459 plants, world in which approximately 1.23 trillion of cubic meters of annual biogas are produced. Thanks to the updating of the biogas to the biomethane that is carried out of 15 European countries, it is possible to inject the gas naturally in the network of 10 countries. The main countries in biogas production in the European Union are Germany, United Kingdom, Italy, Czech Republic, and France. While Germany is the European leader with a biogas production of 329 pg and a 50% share of the total biogas production in the United States.
These are some of the events that have occurred in the state of Jalisco. The first biogas plant in the state was commissioned in 2009 by Hazard. The intention at that time was for the equipment to start operating that same year to then begin generating electricity, which will have a much lower impact on the atmosphere. Since biogas can replace the burning of fossil fuels for the production of electricity, through reducing the emission of polluting gases that cause the greenhouse effect responsible for global warming. The inauguration was attended by Marta Ru del Toro Gaitan, head of the State Environment Secretariat, Semares, who pointed out in this way Jalisco joined world efforts to reduce gas emission and thus avoid climate alteration on the planet, as established by the Kyoto Protocol. Gil Aranda, representative of the Advanced Environmental Technical Company, informed that the project consists of gasification plant which in the first stage and through the burning process will reduce an approximate of 26,000 tons of methane until 2012, which will imply an approximate reduction of 546,000 tons of carbon dioxide. Also, to contribute to the well-being of the environment, academics from the University of Guadalajara are developing a project focused on the development of membrane for filtration with agave biogas, as well as blades with ground lace for wind energy generators, in addition to the biogas with both materials. The researcher explained that if the biogas generated by the textile industry will later, it will degrade, but when too much is discarded, soil microorganisms do not have the capacity to degrade tons of agave biogas, and since degradation is so slow, leachates are formed that can contaminate groundwater and subsoil. As for the copper, what is left of it once the corn has been shelled, it is used as feed for livestock as fertilizer, but in other cases no use. And one way to use both the cob and the agave bagasse is to obtain biogas from one or the other after a process called anaerobic co-digestion.
But how is it explained that, through agricultural residues apparently without value, gas is generated? This technique is based on anaerobic digestion, which is a biological process that, in the absence of oxygen, transforms the organic substance into biogas thanks to a fermentation process. Biogas is mainly composed of a mixture of methane and carbon dioxide. With the use of this process and the introduction of organic matter, mainly organic waste, renewable energy is obtained in the form of fuel gas with a high calorific value. The potential of this technology is such that in Spain, gas production through anaerobic digestion can produce 26,684 GWh, enough to cover 40% of the country's household demand, according to a recent study commissioned by Naturgy. However, in our country there are barely 300 biogas production facilities. The main causes of this scarce development, despite the potential of this energy, must be sought 10 years ago, when other renewable energies such as photovoltaic or wind power were promoted in Spain, but biogas did not obtain the same support. This transformation process is propagated by the action of different microorganisms in charge of carrying out digestion. This digestion is carried out in the digesters, which are then responsible for promoting the necessary conditions for these organisms to produce this process more efficiently, thus obtaining optimal biogas production. Once this gas is obtained, the transformation into usable energy is carried out with a high efficiency through cogeneration plants for the production of electrical energy and thermal energy. In addition, organic waste from biogas plants can be transformed into fertilizers. Although biogas is the only renewable energy that can be used for any of the major energy applications, electrical, thermal, or as fuel. It can be channeled for direct use in a boiler adapted for its combustion, injected after purification, and even used as biomethane in the existing natural gas infrastructures, both for transport and distribution. The development of clean energy is essential to combat climate change and limit its most devastating effects. One solution for this energy revolution is biogas technology. Every year, European farmers and ranchers throw money away by disposing of the waste they generate. Some 700 million tons of agricultural and livestock waste are produced annually in the US, generally receiving the cheapest treatments for the destruction, despite not being the most suitable for the environment. That is why obtaining biogas through anaerobic digestion by means of this research represents an alternative with enormous potential, not only to avoid the ecological damage they generate, but also to obtain energy efficiently.
In recent years, there has been much talk about biogas in relation to circular economy and carbon 40 every month. But what exactly is it? How is it obtained? What benefits does it bring? What is train correction situation? From gas every month services we want to clarify some uses about this gas and its possible and renewable energy sources. In this regard, the report highlights that biomethane production increased by 15% in 2009, classing the year what maritime 18,009, biogas plants and 725 bioethane plants in Europe. It is estimated that the biogas and biomethane sectors 10 years can almost double train potential 2040 to 44, equivalent 467 and quad fall be 2050 to 1905. equivalent to 1020.
Biogas is a source of income for those nations that struggle to provide employment for all its people. The production of biogas can be the answer. Biogas plants are creating employment opportunities for people across all types of communities. In rural areas, people can benefit in many ways as biogas will not only create jobs opportunities, but it is also able to produce cheap electricity for homes and businesses that have previously been without it. With biogas being cheap to produce and cheap to set up, a business creating biogas can be a profitable one. Biogas is renewable. As renewable source of energy, biogas can be constantly produced without the worry of source of the fuel running out. At that moment, the vast amount of energy source of the planet consists of non-renewable resources such as coal. As the fuel is produced from natural waste products, the source of the fuel is never going to run out. In a world that is suffering from the damage caused by the burning of fossil fuels, biogas is a most welcome renewable alternative. Biogas is the fuel of the future and has the power to heal the earth while creating jobs for those in need. Biogas is definitely one of the best alternative fuel sources